Hello, dear viewers. Thanks for tuning in to Tammy's Channel Chats. I'm so glad to have you here with me. Hey, I wanted to make a quick announcement, and then I'm going to do just a little message from my guides here, and I'll explain that in a minute. But um, I have another YouTube channel for those of you who don't know, and that's called number two, Psychic Moms, with myself and fellow intuitive Julie Hawkins. And we do the same kind of thing that I often do here is we channel messages to people's questions and all that good stuff. Well, we are going to do our first live event together in person at the Amethyst House in San Jose, California. So for any of you that might be local around that area and are interested, you can best probably to go into their website at this point, amethysthouse.com. And then you can find, you'll have to scroll down the events and find our event. It's for May 11th of this year. So then you can purchase the tickets and all that good stuff. So I just wanted to announce that. And we will be announcing it on my other YouTube, The Two Psychic Moms, as well. So anyway, hope you're all doing well. Thanks for tuning in. Let's open up. I thought I would pose this question to our guides. 3 or 5 things, I'm going to let them pick, of things that we don't need to worry about. I thought I'd do it differently this way. Like, what are we, fussing about here that we really don't need to? So I'm going to take a moment to tune in. I am Tammy Langowski, to introduce myself. I'm an intuitive advisor working with your questions, and I do private sessions. You can get a hold of me through my contact form on my website, tammysintuitive.com. I do channeled messages on social media. Tammy's Intuitive Services is where you'll find me there, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Okay. All right. So let me go ahead and open up here to our wonderful guides, my spirit guides. Clairaudience is my primary ability. Certainly, I do see images, so clairvoyance. I work with all the clairs really, but clairaudience is my my go-to. So I'm listening right now. So guys, let's pose that question. 5 things, up to 5 things that we as humans on the planet that we worry about too much, and maybe that we just don't have to fuss over. So what are 5 things that we don't need to worry about? That you are loved. First and foremost, not to worry about that or question it, you are loved. Many of you wonder and struggle with this. That makes me emotional even as he said that. And sure, everybody probably feels a little bit of that from time to time in their life. You are not alone. There are messages they often like to tell us. So please do not ever question, we will say, that you are not loved. Love starts here. You are love. You were born from love. You are the essence of love. So remind yourself of that on a daily basis and start seeing how things shift around you as a result. Okay, thank you. What's another thing that we don't need to worry about, or that, we shouldn't put so much emphasis on, or any of that? I'm hearing putting too much time and effort into things that you really don't want to do. Now, they're saying, that being said, sometimes there are lessons in the things you don't want to do. Many of you might be, questioning whether you should be in the job that you're doing. Yes and no. If it's not a happy experience for you or fulfilling for you, then it is time to question it. However, the time that you're vested in we're using this as an example, they're telling me, the work environment. Anytime that you are invested in time at a job that doesn't feel good to you is offering you opportunity for growth. So they're reminding us that sometimes you're needing karmically to be with your colleagues and your coworkers. And so there's something playing out there. And certainly you are getting an opportunity to really understand what makes you happy. But we also say, don't spend too much time in any kind of environment, or whether you're with certain people, whether they're family members or friends or so-called friends or whatever it might be, that are not healthy for you. So Try not to spend so much time in things that make you unhappy or put too much attention on things that make you unhappy. Okay, thank you. Okay, do we have another one that you would say? So they're saying, why are you thinking that, some of you thinking that you can't have a good life or a happy life or the things that you want in life? So we would say to that, to Tammy's question, do not dwell on the things you do not have or think you should have or desire and so forth. Do not dwell in a negative way on the things that you do not have. That creates more of that like energy. Who wants to bring more of that in? He just said, right? So there are many of you that do, you dwell, whether it's you dwell in the past, as the saying is, or you are dwelling on misery. Please, please lift up and know you are the creator. You are the creator. You have creative energy to manifest through thought first and action. But if you're constantly in that rut that you are not deserving of having some things or whatever it is that you're looking for, then that's what appears and manifests in your life. Stop dwelling on negative things. And if they're in the past, stop dwelling in the past. You are present right here to create every day. Create. Every day is a new day to create. Thank you, guides. I'm going to try to remember something to tell you afterwards that I put on my TikTok, I think. Okay, that reminds me of what they're saying. Is there anything else? Don't push people to do what you want them to do. You can't make anybody do anything. You can suggest if it is a healthy suggestion, and you can help with opportunity to put the opportunity out there. Again, they're going like this. Again, if it's healthy, okay, meaning that you would help them in that way. But everyone needs to learn on their own timeline and in their own way. So yes, you may be placed in front of them to be able to help them to, again, show the opportunity, but you cannot push somebody to do something that they are not ready to learn about. So please be careful of that. I just said, okay. Okay. They said, Tammy, let's go to yours. And they're reminding me of what I hoped I wouldn't forget. Okay, so in my TikTok, I know that my guides often said as a message every morning, we can say every morning, wake up and say some positive affirmations, which we're all on board with. We love all of that. But I loved how they said this too. They said every morning, look out the window, and no matter what you see, pay attention to detail of whatever you're looking at. So I was using an example of, even if somebody says, oh gosh, I look out my window and I see like the neighbor's dented car and, that kind of thing, nothing very appealing. They said basically notice that dented car, notice where the dents are, notice where the rust may be, notice something about it, notice every detail about it. It's an exercise, you see. Now, we could say to the beautiful tree you might look at, I think that's what they used as an example, the beautiful tree. What is it about the tree that you notice? Be specific in your mind's eye and outwardly saying, what you're seeing. Is it the way, as I think they were telling me before, the branch bends a certain way, or the bloom that might be on it? Is it the trunk and how interesting it looks? And follow a line down the trunk that you see, because that helps you start grounding and being aware of the now and being present in the now. It's an exercise, you see. It also builds upon appreciation and gratitude for where you are in your life, no matter what it looks like that you're looking at. Just take notice of it. Maybe send anything that's kind of unattractive, like the junky car, maybe send it some love. Just send some love to it and notice that it's a little worn, but here's some love. Who cares if it receives it or not? It does energetically some way. Um, I'm not saying that cars have souls or something necessarily, but why not send something love, right? It only helps you as well. So that's what I wanted to include because it kind of reminded me of something they were talking about there. And I really liked that. And I've been practicing that more too when I look out the window, trying to be very conscious. If I forget, then I'll do it as soon as I remember to do that. But it is a really good exercise. Certainly, you can do it throughout the day. You know, we should all be present, and it's just another good way to kind of get us back there. Okay. So I'm going to leave you with that today. Thank you so much for viewing, and thank you all for the subscribes. I've had some recent ones. You know who you are. Mwah. I appreciate that so much. If ever it makes sense to share any of this with any of your friends that might get something out of these messages, please do, because that is our goal, is to bring messages to you that might help you see things a different way or remind you of things you already know, but maybe you've forgotten about. So my guides do that for me a lot, and they are doing that for you as well. Okay, so again, have a fabulous day. Take care and be well.